What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the long-awaited SH Figuarts Naruto pre-Shippuden action figure. This is one you guys already know I have been dying to get my hands on, and here we finally have it. So let's not waste any time and dive right into that sexy packaging. The box really isn't all that different from the original release. Honestly, it is almost the same even in terms of colors, which, I mean, it makes sense. Naruto does have a particular theme to him, and I think that's what they went with when it came to the box art style. We've got some kanji right here along the side. Also right here, I'm pretty sure that says Naruto, the #1 most unpredictable ninja, or if you watch the English version, the hyperactive knucklehead ninja. We got the window where you can see the figure as well as some of the accessories. This really dope art right here where you can see the figure kind of transitioning into more of an artistic style. It says Naruto Uzumaki right there, Naruto at the bottom, Tamashii Nation's Bandai, Studio Period. Nothing much going on the top. We got an image on the bottom, Naruto Uzumaki, a nine-tailed image right here on the side. On this side we got a full image of him getting ready to do the summoning jutsu, and then of course on the upper part of the back we've got some images of him in poses you can get the figure into, and then at the bottom a bunch of stuff I can't read because I imported this figure. Now let's go ahead and bust this guy out because I am so ready to get my hands on this one. Fresh out of the packaging, here we have the Dr. Bio, or believe it, ninja himself, Kid Naruto Uzumaki. And it's probably going to seem like I'm just giving Tamashii Nations all the praise as of lately, especially based on my past couple of reviews, but they have literally been going at it non-stop, dropping fire, man. And this is definitely the best of the revived Naruto line. Don't get me wrong, I love the Naruto, the Sasuke, the Sakura, the Kakashi is just absolutely outstanding. But when it comes to Naruto, this look just gives me the most nostalgia. I don't know what it is, man. This is what takes me back to my childhood, remembering the Chunin exams, the Zabuza arc, stuff like that. That was what really caught me, and it's mostly because I had more time to watch it then versus having to play catch up. I was literally watching Naruto every single week, and I know that's not what you guys are here for, but I want to make sure you understand just how appreciative I am of this figure, man. Naruto is literally my everything, and people think I'm joking when I say that, but it's not, man. I absolutely love this, and Tamashii Nations just killed it. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a closer look before I start rambling. First things first, the head sculpt. This is Naruto Uzumaki. I can literally look at this figure and hear his voice yelling in English and in Japanese. I can hear him yelling at Sasuke. I can hear him, I don't know, fawning over Sakura. I can hear him upset at Kakashi. This expression is just, it's that signature Naruto confident smile, and I love it. The hair sculpt on this guy is exactly what it needs to be. It's not as long as it is in Shippuden, but then again, he never really grew his hair too long, but still, it's that short, spiky hair that he had. The headband looks really good. The outfit is as it's supposed to be. It's a little bit more bulky, I guess, than his Shippuden outfit, which is a little bit more on the slim fit side. Everything on this is painted very nicely, man. You got this piece right here on his arm that's attached to the Uzumaki logo. I don't think they ever explained what that is. But yeah, then we got the red Uzumaki logo right here on the back. We got the big pouch for his stored weapons. We got the kunai pouch. Everything about this is just executed so flawlessly, man. All the way down to the blue sandals here that look really good, man. And I know this figure is a bit on the tall side. That's an issue that a lot of people had with it, but I'm going to go ahead and say this before I even get to the size comparisons. The way they worked the articulation on this guy, I don't think they would have been able to get it in, I don't think they would have been able to manage this type of articulation had they made this figure any smaller. So honestly, I'm not disappointed in that at all. But if you guys want to compare it to other lines, the Dragon Ball line is technically much bigger than the Dragon Ball Z line also. So I'm not upset. I'm pretty sure this will fit in scale with any of the other figures, which we'll showcase later. And anyway, let's go ahead and put him back so we can see how tall he stands. To the top of his head, Naruto stands just a tad bit over 5 inches. So honestly, not that tall. Again, he's going to be a little bit taller than he should be, but I think this is fine. He looks good. The proportions are accurate. And once you scale him up with the other figures, for the most part, it won't be too bad. Again, I will show size comparisons a little bit later. Moving on to the articulation, you do have some areas that are going to be a little bit limited, mostly because of the design, which is something Tamashii Nations can't really help. That's going to be starting off with the head. You do get really good tilt and turn. You can move his head around just fine, but it's not going to go really far because of the collar. He looks up about that much. That's going to be another hindrance because of the collar. And then he looks down about that much, but if you force it, then as you guys can see, the faceplate will kind of come off. I wish you could get it just a tad bit further. That's not too bad, but I love those angles where you can tell Naruto's pissed off because he has his chin kind of tucked into the collar, and then you see the his mouth kind of hidden there. I would love if you could get it down just a tad bit further, but that's not too bad. Arms go up and out about this much, which I think is fine. You can bring them across his chest, not all the way in, otherwise it'll pop off like that just did, and then that just kind of clips back on there. But you can bring them in about that much, so not too far, but I think that's fine. You'll still be able to get him in the Shadow Clone Jutsu or Kagebuchi no Jutsu poses, so that's fine. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that are very, very effective, so happy about that. As you guys can see, you can get him in those poses where he's got his hands kind of relaxed behind his head. Again, that face is falling off because I didn't position it on there properly, but yeah, those relaxed Naruto poses not going to be a problem. The hands are on a very sturdy ball peg, so you can move those around however you want with absolutely no hindrance because his sleeves cut off right there, so that's really, really good. At the diaphragm, if I can get his arms back straight, and I just want to show this little flat piece right here also. This is kind of to hide some of that inside engineering there, so whenever you're posing him around, you do gotta do a little bit of rotation to get it to kind of tuck back in there. It's not necessarily a problem, it just hides those gaps. Anyway, here he is at the diaphragm. That works just fine. He leans back about that much, forward about that much. The most of it is going to come out of the waist. As you guys can see, he leans a lot further forward if you use the waist. Same with back, but then you gotta watch for this piece right here. Unfortunately, he doesn't lean back very much. That's about as much as you're gonna get, but he does have a waist swivel that works fine. He can kick forward all the way. He can do the splits all the way. Can't kick back because they sculpted a butt, so yeah, that's not gonna work. He does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees that are very effective. He actually has a swivel right here at the cuff of his pants, so that's dope. Foot goes down. Actually, he's got more rotation up here too at the start of his sandal. As you guys can see, that is on a ball peg right there, so that gets extra movement. Then you have the foot that goes down that much, up that much, ankle rocker, and then you have toe hinge. So articulation wise, they went all the way in on this guy, man. You're going to be able to get him in just about all those poses you want. Only problem is going to be just having him looking up. Sometimes getting him in that Naruto running pose, if that's what you want to call it. I say ninja running pose. That's about as much as you're going to get him looking forward, which I think is absolutely fine. That's perfect. Those kunai poses for when he's fighting. I don't think I popped the head back on. There we go. But yeah, you can get him in all the dynamics, no problem. You can't really get him to where he's like crouching and touching the ground or anything like that. But as you guys can see, this guy can pose. You can get him in the ninja kick launching poses for, I don't know, when he kicks Sasuke. If you guys remember that fight, that's going to be fine, man. This guy can pose, or you can just get him kicking somebody in the face if you want to. He can kick all the way out, man. The ninja dynamics are totally there with this guy. This is just absolutely flawless. Even if you want him to do the Rock Lee signature kick, well, the launcher, it's all there, man. This is great. Now, when you already have a great action figure in your hand, there's only one thing that can make it better, and that's the accessories. This guy comes with a ton of them. First off, you get this signature smirk right out of the package with a pair of fist hands. You do get a yelling face, which is basically him on the attack. He could be using Rasengan or just fighting, whatever you want to use it for. He comes with a signature smirk. This is the more influential look. This is the one that most people know, where he's got the teeth showing, flashing that bright grin. He comes with this really dope comedic faceplate. This is for when he's ticked off at Sasuke. I'm so happy they included this. And then he comes with this amazing nine-tailed fox expression. And I do want to show this next to the original because the paint difference is crazy. The eyes on this are much more saturated. The whiskers are painted a little bit better. The paint work around the mouth just kind of highlight his expression a whole lot more. This one just looks a lot more angry than this one. And honestly, the paint just overall on this newer one looks so much better. On the Shippuden version, it kind of looks dulled out a tad bit. That's not to say that it's bad, but they just really stepped up with this new one, and I wanted to highlight that. Now, he does come with a pair of kunai holding hands. Here is the kunai. He just comes with one. He comes with a pair of ninjutsu hands or shadow clone hands, kagebushin, whatever you want to call it. He comes with a pair of relaxed reaching type hands, stylish pose hands. He then comes with a pair of Kurama claws. These are probably the best sets of hands. This was just amazing for them to include. This is for when he is really going berserk. And then he does also come with extra right hands. He comes with a Rasengan holding hand, and then you just kind of plug it right in there, the same as you do with all the others. The Rasengan looks beautiful. It's painted very, very nicely. I love this color blue with the kind of white on top. It just looks really good, man. This transitions very, very well from the white to blue. I love the spiral effect. Everything on this just looks really good. He comes with this kind of stylish pose hand. I'm not exactly sure what this one is for, but it is here and I appreciate it. And then he comes with a hand for when he's biting his thumb, getting ready to do the summoning technique. So accessory wise, you legit get tons with this figure and I love it. Now, one thing I also wanted to highlight, just so that you guys are aware, if you do have the previous Naruto, which you should, this Shippuden version, you can actually put the nine-tailed claw hands on this figure. They fit perfectly, which again I think was another genius move. So as you guys can see, we have him in full Kurama ready to attack mode, and it's amazing. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to the first three figures in the revived Naruto line collection. We have him standing next to, of course, the older Naruto, the SH Figuarts Sasuke. This is him in the final arc. And then we also have him standing next to Sakura. As you can see, he's smaller than all of them, as he should be, but he's still a tad bit on the taller side. I explained why I think they did that a little bit earlier, and I'm going to stand on it. It honestly makes sense working in all of this articulation. Next up, here he is standing next to some of his mentors. We have him standing next to the SH Figuarts revived Naruto line Kakashi, which is such a dope figure. We have him standing next to the SH Figuarts original release Jiraiya, which is also a dope figure that was extremely slept on. To this day, I still hate that. And then we have him standing next to the SH Figuarts Minato, which is a decent figure, but I am definitely waiting for the 2.0 of this because, man, it's going to be amazing. Hopefully they make it to where you can take the jacket on and off with interchangeable arms. That would just make it the ultimate figure. And then when we get that 2.0 Jiraiya, because I know we will since we're getting Orochimaru, we definitely got to get some Sage Mode faces this time around. As long as they do that, yo, the Naruto line is going to continue cooking with hot grease. Here he is, then the next one, SH Figuarts Itachi Uchiha, who I cannot wait for that 2.0. That is going to be crazy. And I know they're going to do good, especially after how they handled Suguru Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen. But anyway, he's also standing next to the SH Figuarts Boruto, who will probably get an updated version of him also, especially after the anime returns. And then we have a Sage Mode Naruto, which once again will be getting that update. They're going to reuse the Naruto modes as much as possible, and it's genius. You can't go wrong with it. Mixing it up a little bit, here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Street Fighter V Ryu. Had to throw him in here since the new one just dropped. We also have him standing next to the Ligma Jujutsu Kaisen Greatness. This figure ain't that great. Kento Nanami. If you want to know all the reasons you should stay away from this figure, I just reviewed it, so go check that out. And then we also have him standing next to the Kyoto Reveltech My Hero Academia or Boku no Hero Academia Deku. Now, to be honest, I really don't feel the need to even have to give my final thoughts on a figure like this, because if you're a fan of Naruto, or if you're just a collector in general who's here because you're interested in this figure sells itself. Literally, all I did was announce everything that is basically facts about this figure, man. Everything about this figure is amazing. The only issue I have is the same one that I said in the articulation department. It's the fact that the head doesn't move the way that I want it to. The articulation in the head and neck is very limited, mostly because of the collar and just the design of the overall figure. That's something that just can't be helped. I really don't even know a way they could have gotten around it without completely re-engineering it and probably making this figure a tad bit more expensive. Now, that being said, since we're talking about money, another reason to add this figure to your collection is the fact that it's inexpensive. This figure's 30 bucks, man. 30 bucks and you get literally everything that I showcased in this video. Come on now. What other line is doing that is making figures? No one. I'm talking Figma, I'm talking Mafex, I'm talking Marvel Legends. They know, man. The Tamashii Nation's new, and this is an army building figure. So even if you don't want the rest of the characters, if you're just a fan of Naruto and you're a casual collector, get Naruto, man. This figure is totally worth having, and it's a ton of fun, especially if the nostalgia is there for you as it is for me. Naruto, again, will always be my go-to, so I'm going to praise these things heavily. There's always going to be a lot of bias in the reviews, even when I'm reviewing characters that I'm not all that fond of, just because I'm so in love with this series. But all that to say this, regardless of whether I liked Naruto or not, this is a very solid figure. Tamashii Nation's offerings are just so inclusive these days, and I'm loving it. I am loving it so much. Honestly, at this point, I can't wait for Sasuke. He's my favorite character, so yeah, I'm super excited for Orochimaru. And then today they announced that they have 2 more releases that they will be announcing within the next 2 months. So the Naruto line is alive, baby. It is thriving, baby, and I need it to continue doing it. All my Naruto fans, go ahead and support this release. That's what I'm asking. I'm not going to go into the subscribe and like this. We're not doing it this time. Go support this release. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are. And bye.